video note demonstrates how to configure a link to a named fragment on a web page. Browsers begin the display of a web page at the top of the document. However, there are times when you need to provide the capability to link to a specific section of a web page instead of the top of the page. You can accomplish this by coding a hyperlink to a fragment identifier, sometimes called a named fragment or fragment ID, which is simply an HTML element assigned to an ID. At the point of the page where you want to place a hyperlink to the content, type an anchor element. Use the href attribute and place a £, called a hash mark, before the name of the fragment identifier. The HTML for a hyperlink to the named fragment content is shown here. Here's an example from the student files. This is the favorites.html web page. You can find it in the student files for the current chapter. In the favorites page, each H2 element identifies a section of the web page and has been configured with an ID as a fragment identifier. For example, the H2 element that contains the text hobbies has been configured with the ID hobbies. The favorites page contains an unordered list with hyperlinks to sections of the web page. Here's an example of a list item with a hyperlink value of $hobbies, which indicates that the link will display the hobbies section at the top of the browser window. When you select the hyperlink, the browser displays the hobbies section at the top of the viewport. To link directly to the hobbies section from another web page, use both the file name and the fragment identifier in the href value. Linking to a named fragment is often seen on long web pages. You might see a back-to-top hyperlink that a visitor could select to cause the browser to quickly scroll the page back to the top for easy site navigation. The favorites web page in the chapter's student files demonstrates an example of this. We've scrolled down to the bottom of the web page. Notice the hyperlink with the text top. When you select the hyperlink, the browser displays the top of the web page. Another use of fragment identifiers helps to provide for accessibility. Web pages may have a fragment identifier to indicate the beginning of the actual page content. When the visitor clicks on the Skip to Content hyperlink, the browser links to the fragment identifier and shifts focus to the content area of the web page. This Skip to Content or Skip Navigation link provides a way for screen reader users to skip repetitive navigation links. This video demonstrated how to configure and link to fragment identifiers on a web page.